I'll never forget the night Cynthia Marshall, the iron-fisted president of our neighborhood's Homeowners Association, stormed into our little pizza shop and turned a quiet Friday into a spectacle nobody could have predicted. It was one of those bustling evenings at Gino's Pizzeria, where the air was thick with the smell of fresh dough and melted cheese, and the hum of chatter filled the room. I was wiping down the counter, trying to keep up with the rush, when Cynthia's voice cut through the noise like a knife. "This pizza is a disgrace," she shrieked, slamming a pizza box onto the counter, her fancy purse swinging wildly in her other hand. Her face was red, her eyes blazing, and she was pointing straight at Marcus, our newest delivery driver and the only black employee on shift that night. "He did this. He ruined my order on purpose." The whole place went dead silent. Marcus froze, his face flickering from confusion to hurt before he pulled himself together, staying calm as ever. I noticed a guy in the corner whip out his phone, already recording. I stepped forward, heart pounding but voice steady. "Ma'am, I'm the manager. If there's a problem with your order, I'll sort it out." But Cynthia wasn't here for solutions. She was out for blood, and none of us knew that within the hour, police lights would be flashing outside our doors. I'd been running Gino's for nearly 4 years, and Fridays were always chaos, but we had it down to science. The kitchen crew was a well-oiled machine, tossing dough and sliding pizzas into the oven with precision. Marcus, just 2 months into the job, was a high school senior essay VYing up for college. Quiet, polite, always early was a gem. Customers loved his easy smile. He'd just gotten back from a delivery when Cynthia marched in to pick up her order, a large pepperoni with extra cheese and garlic crust. I knew her right away. Cynthia ran the Pinewood Estates HOA like a dictator. Everyone had a story finding folks for Leah VYing trash cans out too long or sending nasty letters over Christmas lights lingering past New Year's. Her reputation was no secret, so I double-checked her pizza myself. Luca, our head chef, made it with care, and it was perfect when she left. Barely 5 minutes later, the door flew open, and there she was again, faced like a storm cloud. "This is unacceptable," she yelled, flipping open the pizza box. "It's burned. There's no seasoning, and I found a hair." I peeked inside. The pizza looked flawless, no char, no hair, just golden crust and bubbling cheese. Before I could speak, her eyes zeroed in on Marcus, who was restocking napkins nearby. "It was him," she declared, loud enough for the whole restaurant to hear. "He made this disgusting pizza. I've seen how people like him handle things. No respect, no pride." My blood boiled, but I kept my cool. "Ma'am, Marcus is a delivery driver. He doesn't make pizzas. Luca prepared your order, and I boxed it myself." Luca poked his head out from the kitchen, frowning. "Is there a problem? I made that pizza." Cynthia didn't even glance at him. "I know it was him," she insisted, still pointing at Marcus. "You're covering for him." I took a deep breath, channeling every bit of customer care VYC training I had. "Ma'am, I'm sorry you're upset. I can refund you or make a fresh pizza. But please lower your voice and stop accusing my staff without proof." That's when things went from bad to explosive. Cynthia drew herself up, all 5 feet of her radiating fury. "Refund? I want him fired," she spat, jabbing her finger at Marcus again. "This is reverse discrimination. You're defending him because you're scared of looking racist, but I'm not afraid to tell the truth." The room was a tomb. Marcus stood still, his face a mask, but I saw the pain in his eyes. Customers gaped, some glaring at Cynthia, others shifting uncomfortably. She yanked out her phone and started recording, aiming it right at Marcus's face. "I'm calling corporate," she threatened. "And I'm the Pinewood Estates HOA president. Your little shop is in my district, and I can make your life hell." Marcus stepped back, voice calm but firm. "Ma'am, I didn't touch your pizza. I've been out on deliveries." She lunged closer, phone in his face. "Don't lie. You saw my address and decided to sabotage me because I enforced the rules." That's when an older customer, a guy who'd been quietly eating his slice, stood up. "Lady, what do you mean by people like him?" he asked, voice sharp. "Sounds like you're making some ugly assumptions." Cynthia spun on him. "This doesn't concern you. But another customer jumped in. "We saw that pizza. It's fine. You're out of line." I signaled one of my staff to pull the kitchen camera footage. They brought over a tablet, and there it was, Luca making the pizza, me boxing it, Marcus nowhere near the kitchen. A woman with her family stood up, phone in hand. "I'm calling the cops. This is ridiculous." Cynthia smirked. "Go ahead. I'm being targeted for complaining." I held up the tablet. "Ma'am, we have video proof Marcus didn't touch your order. He wasn't even here when it was made. Stop recording my employee and leave." Now, Cynthia's voice hit a new pitch. "I don't care about your video. This is a conspiracy." More customers stood, some recording, one stepping between her and Marcus. "Back off," he said, voice low. "Leave the kid alone." Cynthia shrieked. "Don't tell me what to do. I run the HOA. I decide who stays." The guy smirked. "I don't live in your neighborhood. And after this, who'd want to?" The police walked in faster than I expected, 2 officers scanning the chaos. Cynthia yelling, phone still up, customers circling Marcus protectively, me with the tablet. "What's going on?" one officer asked. Voices overlapped, but Cynthia's was loudest. "They're discriminating against me. I'm being attacked for complaining." The officer silenced the room with a raised hand. I explained, showing the footage. Customers shared their videos of Cynthia's tirade. The officers' faces hardened as they watched. "Ma'am," one said to Cynthia, "stop recording and step outside." She refused. "I'm standing up for my rights." The officer's tone sharpened. "You're causing a disturbance after being asked to leave. That's trespassing. Outside, or we talk at the station." Cynthia doubled down, ranting about her status, her rights, the conspiracy. When she kept filming Marcus, the officer had enough. "Turn around. You're being detained for disorderly conduct and harassment." Her jaw dropped as he took her phone and cuffed her. "You can't arrest me. Do you know who I am?" she screamed. The officer was unfazed. "Yes, ma'am. You've made that clear." As they let her out, Cynthia's threats echoed. "I'll sue you all. This is cancel culture." The door shut, and the restaurant erupted in applause. Customers approached Marcus, offering support, apologizing for what he'd endured. 2 weeks later, we learned the fallout. Cynthia faced charges for disorderly conduct, harassment, and a hate crime enhancement for targeting Marcus based on race. She got 6 months probation, a DULA, $5,000 fine, 80 hours of community service, and mandatory diversity training. The video of her meltdown went viral, and the Pinewood Estates HOA ousted her unanimously. Her real estate firm sidelined her, and neighbors said she slunk around town, avoiding eye contact. Marcus, though, came out stronger. Regulars started a scholarship fund, raising DULA $12,000 to cover his college costs. He was shaken, but kept showing up. Same smile, same hustle. Cynthia learned the hard way her HOA crown didn't rule the real world, and actions have consequences no title can dodge. So what do you think? Was Cynthia's punishment fair? Or did it go too far? Should the pizza shop have handled it differently? Maybe fired Marcus to avoid the drama? And what about the customers' heroes for stepping in? Or did they escalate things by recording and calling the cops? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if this story got you fired up, and subscribe for more real-life drama.